We can wait. It'll come back like everything, but
What's up, everybody?
Going on?
What's up, gentlemen?
How's everybody doing?
We doing?
Squeegee Live Podcast is what we're doing here. So there's that.
That's damn right.
We're here with Jersey. Yeah.
what up?
What up, Jersey?
You're such a bright ray of sunshine that I almost don't even need my light here.
He's just gleaming.
Hey, Key, you look
Yeah.
cold. Is it cold in your house right now?
No,
Okay.
I just haven't
It's
taken
got-
my hoodie off.
But it's cold outside then.
No.
What's it like outside?
50s.
That's cold. Yeah, that's cold.
Yeah, that's shorts and a hoodie at best.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I'm wearing shorts and a hoodie, so.
Same.
Yo.
Since I'm a fake Southerner, I'm like cold all the time now. Sad. I have that guy everybody makes fun of. It's like 60 and I have to pull out my parka.
Dude, it happens really fast, man. Like real fast. Like under a year, you're like, oh damn, cold.
Yeah, it really does. Like that first summer where you're going through 90-degree days every day and it's like feels good. As soon as this winter hits and it's like 50, like our coldest that we get, if it's in the 20s, that's like the coldest you could possibly be here. So
What are you in North Carolina or South?
yeah. So I'm outside of Charlotte, basically.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, you don't get many 20-degree days, I would say. Maybe
No.
one, maybe two.
So yeah, in Wisconsin, it's like anywhere, but with the wind chill, we had 3 years in a row before I left that we hit negative 55 with the wind chill. And then you come here and it's like 20 degrees. Actually, the first snow emergency I ever had, my kids had, it was like 54 degrees. We had just moved, so we had the windows open and we were under a snow emergency. The kids were off school for like 3 days.
Nice.
So it goes down there, man. No plows, no nothing.
Yeah. It's when you see a plow truck, it's like, what are they like? There's been a plow truck at our one of our car lots here for like 3 years. They just never sell it. They just use it in case it happens. But
Yeah, it's very rare.
yeah.
Like I remember when I was a kid, when we first moved to Georgia, they got 1.5 inches of snow when we moved down there, and they closed school for a week. I was like, really? I'm like, all right. I'm used to
There
like
will be like, yeah, there will be like a tree somewhere on some road, and it will be like leaving, letting there be some ice, and they'll shut schools down. Like when the kids have a snow day, it's like a snow 3 days. In Wisconsin, I remember, like, as long as the buses started with block heaters, then it was fine. So we'd have like negative 10-degree days with wind chill, and it's like you're fine once you get to school.
yeah,
But
just no recess.
not like that here. Yeah, indoor recess that day. That's it.
Yeah, man. It's it's a different world down south, man. Definitely is. I kind of I don't miss the bugs, but I miss the warmth. The bugs can
Dude.
fuck off. I'm all set with all those.
Fuck off.
That's
bugs.
like
Giant cicadas.
that's like Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, we got big
Florida,
bugs.
like once you hit, like South Carolina down, it's just like big, giant, gross monster bugs, and I'm all set
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, in Wisconsin, we had mosquitoes that were like the size of like small puppies, because they had to like make it through the winter. I don't know where they went, but you could like make eye contact as they're like flying in.
Yeah.
But down here, man, right where I am now, there's like nothing. I'm in a newer subdivision, so no mosquitoes, nothing. It's nice.
And that worked out good.
Yeah.
Because, the south is gross. You get like scorpions, you get all sorts of gross things that wander around.
Yeah.
I remember when we first moved down there, we had like cicadas like come in through the house. My mom was like in the living room, like freaking out, like vacuuming them up and being like, I can't live here anymore. And like yelling at my dad. It was pretty funny.
Nice. We get stink bugs, man. I never dealt with those. They don't really smell. They smell like, I don't know, like mint or something. But
yeah, they just build nests in the side of windows. That's all I know what they do. We
they
get
just,
a lot of
yeah. It's when things start warming up, they fall out of the ceiling because they've been hiding somewhere, just like sleeping in some nook.
Yeah, them and like ladybugs start popping out at like the same time. It's weird.
Yeah.
Start.
We do have. Yeah, what we have that you probably don't have is roaches, or they call them palmetto bugs.
Oh yeah,
I've seen like my first roach ever. Yeah, I saw 2 of them since I lived here in 6 years, but that was the first thing I ever saw. I was like, "Wow, look at!" I was trying to get the kids over, like, "Look at this roach." They're like, "No, it's like a palmetto bug."
Who's got their phone going on in the back?
That's
Who's watching their show on another device in the background?
Yeah, I have it on. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I have no volume on though.
I'm getting something from somebody. It's not me. But you faggots can continue to talk though. Have you talked to that dude about next week, Mark?
Yeah, so far it's a go.
It's still a go? Okay.
It's still a go. I haven't heard differently.
So
this is going to be the biggest shit show.
Are we going to announce it on the show?
That. It's a week out. If you guys want to start promoting it, I'm going to have to rely on Jersey with all the marketing and everything he does to get us fucking followers.
This is the thing. I mean, it would be nice if Jersey would give us a price on advertising the podcast and the magazine. I've only been waiting like 3 weeks, but whatever. It's all good. It's all good.
Give or take.
I'm gonna wait until he needs an article from me. I'm gonna hold him hostage. I'm like, you give me a price.
There you go. That's called negotiation skills right there.
I gotta pull the friends and family discount out. I gotta get my calculator out.
Well, then just talk to Mark then, because he's got all the money.
No, that's Seth.
That's right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, Seth just spent like 3.2 according to Zillow, right?
Yeah. Fucking send the bill to Seth. I forgot. Me and Mark decided on the podcast he wasn't on. He's the richest man in window cleaning now.
That's right.
Nice.
That's right. You get to wear that moniker.
Yeah.
You want to know something crazy? You've heard of the Zillow buying houses, and now they're just trying to offload them and they're stopped.
Yeah.
My neighbor right across the street just sold her house. She was like literally had to have been one of the last ones. They haven't even closed on it yet.
Uh-huh.
And Zillow is still going to close on her house and probably like short sale it for some reason.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Zillow doing that, but I didn't know like if they were really like in the market, like really moving any
Stupid numbers, man. They're offloading like 7,000 houses at a loss. But the house across the street, they ended up buying it for like more money than their Zillow value of it, which is already inflated. Like their bot that they had like buying houses like really screwed the pooch. Like they're yeah.
Dude, all that needs to happen is interest rates go up like this much, a quarter point, and this is gonna pop. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right on the edge anyways, though. I'm watching interest rates go up.
There's nothing that Captain Flatulence can do about that. You know what I mean?
No, because what they're going to do is they're going to raise interest rates to try to chase this inflation, which historically does not work. Okay? Yeah. Tax cuts are what works, not fucking tax increases.
Right.
Factually. Okay, over the last 100 years.
Not only that, they got to stop fucking... you see in Toledo today, gas is $9.99 a gallon.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God. And they got to stop people from fucking stealing shit too. There's that. Those prices are going up. I paid $20 fucking for 2 pounds of hamburger meat today.
Yeah, meat's up like 30% right now.
Fuck me, dude. It's out of control.
Dude, go buy local if you can. Just buy local. It seems to be like a better move recently.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, 20 pounds. Like, what'd you say? It was $20 for 2 pounds.
2 pounds of hamburger meat cost me $20.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
like
what's
meatloaf has turned into like a delicacy all of a sudden. Like,
yeah, right.
It's
I don't know. It's so expensive. I don't even beat my meat anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah, but you know what? And this is before, right? Before, in that fucking big bill that they just passed, you know that there's a methane tax in there, $4,000 a year for every head of cattle, and the farmers sell these cattle to slaughter for $1,200 to $1,500. So now, every cattle owned on that ranch is $4,000 a year, hogs or less. Okay. Where's that going to come from? How is the farmer he's going to pass it on to us? Which means realistically, it's going to be fucking $18-$20 a pound for fucking ground beef. I'll bet you anything.
Yeah.
They're trying to subsidize the meat industry. They really are. They're trying to make it state run. You know what I mean? Like they'll just tax you till you can't afford it anymore.
Well, dude, one of my customers who's owns a pizzeria and everything is fucking fresh made, grind the tomatoes, make the sauce, the whole 9 yards. And he was telling me that produce is so through the roof now that he's got to raise his prices. He no longer has a choice because he's not profitable. And I was like, so vegetables are up too? And he's like, dude, you have no idea. And then he's showing me these articles all over the internet.
This fucking very detailed window cleaner gets on my fucking nerves. All right, bitch. Fuck out of here.
I deleted it before I could see it.
Yeah, but he was telling me that the government is paying these farmers to not.
I mean, it's not like I fucking live like fucking 20 minutes or 45 minutes from fucking Toledo or anything. You fucking cunt! I drove right past there. Stupid
dude.
Bitch.
I paid $3.86 for diesel today or yesterday. From a quarter tank, it was $98 to fill my truck from a quarter tank. Fucking ridiculous. My wife is like, the gas pulls up $1,000 this month. What the fuck am I supposed to do? There's so many stickers I could put on the pump.
Hey,
so I'm out,
Mark, you may be complaining, but we have not had one mean tweet this entire time. Yeah, there's no pipeline.
This whole time.
Yeah, of course they just stopped that. But there's not been one mean tweet. There's been less feelings hurt in this new economy than ever before.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen,
that's very good that we're not
electric
seeing
cars,
that.
right? At least with electric cars, only poor African children are going to mine for the minerals to create the batteries.
No, China's already grabbing
it's
that
a
shit
win-win
out of
across
fucking
the board.
Afghanistan, dude. Chinese are already harvesting that shit in Afghanistan. That's why we left so abruptly. The dozers are already there digging that shit up. And where are you going to get your batteries from? What are you going to do with all these batteries? Where are you going to charge all these fucking cars? Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know.
The whole world. You know what the pendulum swings, and I don't want to get in the right-left debate, but the pendulum swings and it always overcorrects, and that's the problem. Like we were headed in so perfect of a range that when it turned, it's like going the complete opposite. It's like hardcore going the other way now, and we're just screwed.
Well, I mean, as far as left as it swung this time, I mean, you already seen in some of the gubernatorial races that have happened that it's already swung viciously back to the right. So.
Well, it's going to, hopefully.
Jersey, yeah.
Well, like Jersey and where's that? Virginia. I mean, who would expected any of that to happen?
Dude, that's counties 10, 15 minutes away from D.C. too.
Yeah.
You know what
that's
I mean?
crazy.
Like, parts of Virginia, the ones that swung right, were 10 minutes away from D.C.
Right. People are, fed up. You know what I mean? There's not much more you can say about that. People are fed up.
The shit,
and we're not even a full year in.
Yeah. I just saw that the other
11
day.
months.
11 months in. It's insane.
11 months in. Look what this motherfucker has done. You wait. Guess what, dude?
We're stuck.
They're coming for the guns next. Watch. You don't think so? I don't think so. They ain't coming to my door, but they're going to want guns.
They can want them all they want. Getting them is another
thing. Yeah,
man,
dude, they can't even pull off mask mandates. How the fuck are they going to get your gun? You know what I mean? You get people to put, diapers on their face.
And what is it? The Supreme Court already ruled that the vaccine mandates are already unconstitutional.
Unconstitutional, but Biden's saying you corporations need to go against what the courts are saying. Talk about a fucking tyrant. They said Trump was a tyrant.
Dude, he is flirting with impeachment every time he steps up to a microphone.
It doesn't matter. They'll never impeach him.
I think I'm
agree with you.
And I've said this a couple of times, and you guys are like, they'll never do this, or they'll never do that. Nancy Pelosi already invoked the 25th Amendment before Biden was even in fucking office to knock a sitting president out of power. Just read up on the 25th Amendment. She invoked it when Trump was in office. That was a setup. That was for a reason. She did that on purpose. So most likely, I'm 90% sure that this dude is going to get either impeached or they're going to invoke the 25th, and Kamala and Pelosi are going to step up in this place. That's exactly what's going to happen. The dude is a senile fucking retard. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Though, they tried the impeaching thing with Trump so many times and achieved impeachment and everything else, but the problem was that now, because they did it so many times and it was like the big joke, nobody's going to do it now because they're like, that was stupid. On the right has a brain where they're like, okay, I get the impeachment thing, but like it just does nothing. It wastes a bunch of taxpayer money, and then you just kind of get screwed in the end. Nothing happens. So I think it should happen, but the problem is that all of us that are watching that are in the U.S., we're just stuck. We're so little. And
well, dude, look what we're gonna get. Look what we're gonna get.
Dude,
we're gonna get.
The weird thing now is that being a centralist basically means you're right wing. You know what I mean? Like, it's moved so far.
No, that's not it. That's not it. No, that's not it at all. I don't think that's it. I think that the left is so radical. If you don't agree with them at all, you're a fucking racist and you're a fucking Republican. It doesn't have anything to do with your political stance. If you don't agree with everything they say, you're a fucking.
So that would make you like, but if you're a centralist at heart, or even just a little bit left to center, you've been pushed.
No, your views. No, I want to say your views. The views haven't changed. I mean, your stance.
You're not allowed to have views anymore.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have views anymore. You either agree with the groupthink or you're a fucking racist. That's pretty much that's it right now. I mean,
Well, here's everything that happens when there's facts. Nobody listens to the facts. They're always like, oh, well, you hurt somebody's feeling because you fill in the blank. Like, they're so worried about that. No one cares. Everybody here who's listening or anybody that's sitting here, we've had our feelings hurt. And guess what? We went, oh, that was fucked up. And then we just kept going with it. Like, the problem with the world is that all these hurt feelings are actually making decisions instead of the facts. Yeah. That's what's messed up.
Yeah, I don't think there's not a lot that can be done about it at this point.
Well, I would just go on a limb and say this. I knew shit was going to change. I knew shit was going to get fucked up. But honestly, my personal belief is I could not believe what this motherfucker has done in 11 months.
So fast.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
well, that's plus they know 2022 is coming up. And they're going to, I would assume, unless they find a way to fucking cheat again, to pull this off, they're all going to get yanked out of fucking office.
He shuts down that. If he's successful in shutting down that pipeline in Michigan.
Oh, yeah, the one that goes underwater. That's it, dude.
If he's successful in making that happen, that's going to be about 10,000 people out of jobs overnight. And
the problem with the pipeline
shit is going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. They're worried. I guess the natives are worried that it's gonna do something. I mean, it's been there.
Dude, it's been fucking active forever. It's a pipe within a pipe for anchors and everything else, dude. It's bullshit. They want us relying on foreign everything.
Yeah. That's
when you look at
it is they want us to be completely reliant on
China and Russia. Yeah,
and Russia.
No doubt.
Well, the thing is that with the Democratic side, is they want you to be reliant. That's why there was Obama phones and government cheese and all this handout stuff. Because guess what? Like eventually, and this is why it's so hard to for us to hire right now anyway, is because it makes more sense for people to just like get the free stuff. They're stuck, but then they always get the free stuff. Well, then I can't get a job because I don't make too much to get the free stuff. Well, what do? You stop having jobs so you can get the free stuff. Like if you feed the bears, they won't go find their own food.
Exactly. They're going to be ripping up the trash cans.
It's been super funny lately. So the past 3-4 weeks, gas, everything has gone up here. So I've increased my prices, and I live in a very, very liberal area. And explaining to them what inflation does, I'm like, listen, for me to do this job last year was this price, and this year it's this price. And if you don't want to do it, good luck finding someone who's going to do it. I'm just real with them. I'm like, you can find somebody, but they're probably going to charge you more than what I'm charging.
You tell them about customers
too.
Yeah, existing customers. Yep.
Those are existing customers you're doing that to? Man, you're a bad motherfucker, man. They must not have any other window cleaners up there.
You're getting a 30% hike, dude.
Damn.
I ain't getting
everything's expensive now.
The problem with the people in general, you watch the news and stuff, it's like the free healthcare or the free this or the free that. They just apparently believe it just comes out of nowhere. Like the COVID shots. Could you imagine being a company and somebody coming to you and being like, Seth, every American, we're going to try to get every American to use your window cleaning service for free. Well, the government is going to pay you to clean their windows. That's what this whole vaccine is. It's not free. The government is paying the company, a private company, to make and provide this vaccine. It still has to come from somewhere. When you get something free, it was still bought because the end person who's doing the work for free is not free. Exactly.
Nothing is free.
It's just funny, the mentality, really. The mentality of it all kind of baffles me. It's like, you pay taxes, don't you? You've seen the increase, haven't you? What do you mean?
You wait. Will you wait till those unearned income taxes hit, where you buy you make $10,000 on a stock and fucking you don't sell it, but you're paying on the fucking
that and the $600 in your account shit. If either one of those passes, might be the most.
In that bill, isn't it all in that bill? And now we got to worry because they had a congressional hearing where they were talking to what's his name, Pete Buttfuck, judge, about racist roads, right? He's fucking banged the judge, so don't even fucking go there. Not Judge Judy either, Judge Wapner. but now they're saying that roads that separate white neighborhoods from black neighborhoods and black neighborhoods from Mexican neighborhoods are racist. Roads are fucking racist, and they're talking about this with theoretically educated people are discussing this.
They removed a rock in Wisconsin because it was a racist rock from the UW-Madison campus.
Really? Yeah, I think I saw something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was coming from somewhere. By the way, I just want to say what's up to people who have been saying hi, because I haven't been looking at the comments. But Window Guys, that's, of course, Mr. Mike himself. But he's talking about hunting. Think about that. If TJ saying that it's $20 for 2 pounds of hamburger, people are going to start hunting and getting their own food.
Yeah.
And then cities are making it illegal to have gardens.
They'll just regulate that as well.
Yeah.
And they'll just ramp up the charge of ammunition. They'll ramp up the charge of a hunting license. They'll just ram it all up. Everything, all it's going up. Everyone's got an answer for everything, but it's not going to work. It's not what's going to happen.
Here's what I have a question for you guys, because you guys are gun guys, but how can ammo go up 500%? Where is it going? Where is the money going? If it's a supply and demand thing, the same companies are making the exact same amount of ammo. How is that changing? How has nobody jumped on that?
Is it taxed higher? Is that
no? There's no. I mean, increases in tax like normal, but they're saying.
I think the ammunition issue. It's just like, dude, my wife works for a beer distributor, and Budweiser couldn't get cans. Okay, so they just couldn't get cans. There was an aluminum shortage during this pandemic, 12 months ago, and so beer is a commodity that they can raise up. There's the same thing with ammunition. Okay, what happens, Josh, is that when metals go up, okay, when aluminum goes up, when carbon steel goes up, okay, the manufacturers, obviously, they pay more, so they pass it on. And then you have the supply and demand issue where they were down for 4 months during COVID. And so what little they have is flying out to the gun stores, and the gun stores want to make more money. I mean, that's pretty much what's up.
KD, I think, just said, too, he says people are cities aren't even letting you do rain collection a lot of times because they're saying that it like hinders parasites or something. So
yeah,
like
fuck you and your rain barrel. If I'm going to catch my own water that comes off my fucking roof, you can fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
You want to talk about the government trying to control everything?
Right.
They're going to control water, free water that comes from the ground, so that you have to buy their water. Like soon they're going to regulate wells. You can't have a well or what?
Right,
yeah. So that water here in Florida
strange.
goes into storm sewers and then out into the fucking ocean, right? Why not
Makes
fucking
no
capture
sense,
it?
by the way.
Yeah.
No sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
It's a defeatist purpose. And you have sand there, so the water's already being purified as it goes down through all the drains, everything like that.
Yeah,
that's true.
It can be, it's a money-making scheme, man.
Well,
Dump all the water into the ocean for what purpose? You know?
Yeah. On a positive note, since we're doom and gloom here, we were talking before the show, but everybody is like going crazy. Like it seems like everybody is still busy no matter what the temperature. So that's freaking good. So what does that mean? Does that mean the economy is good? Does that just mean the small business is good, or what?
No, I mean, look, it depends on what kind of business you're at. Okay, like for me personally, I do mostly commercial work and buildings. Okay, so the money's budgeted from a year ago. They have the money to spend now. Now's not the time to worry about that. It's next year when all this shit starts to hit. You know, I mean, dude,
everyone's sitting. Every company, every fucking person is like, even residential customers are sitting on a surplus of cash. They didn't do nothing for a fucking year, you know, and they got their man in office and they think everything's fucking fine, so they're starting to spend their money. And next year,
is it gonna burst?
Shit's gonna
Is this
pop.
A bubble?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the bubble's about to pop.
Dude, it's not even gonna. It's gonna crumble. Yeah. If a bubble can crumble,
I think it's gonna be
crumble.
fucking bad, to be quite honest with you.
Dude, let me tell you another thing, and you residential guys, because I just made my commercial point. When you start taxing people in their homes for capital gains and everything else, the residential guys are going to suffer too. Because guess what? Feed the family, wash the windows. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yep.
No, exactly. You're going to lose that bottom 20% that you had.
Yes.
Right. If you're residential, your top 80% of what you have.
Well, look,
probably going to stay. But that 20% is a huge. It's a huge loss. You'll keep your 80%, but 20% that bottom of lower upper class to middle class is going to disappear for a little while.
See, here's what it is.
Like
Seth, you know this as well as I do, especially being a residential guy. If you're washing, like for me, I would say I'm washing a commercial storefront and some guy comes walking out and he goes, "Hey man, I like the way you do that. Do you have a card? Yeah, here's my card. You know what? Come over, give me a price on my house." Now that is, what am I looking for here? It's an impulsive purchase, right? Yeah. You know as well as I do, if you don't follow up with him and go there that day, he's not going to clean his windows. He only thought about it because he saw what you do and he likes what you do. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's going to go away. The impulse is no longer going to be there because, again, I just spent fucking $80 for a bag of groceries at Whole Foods. I'm certainly not going to bring this guy to clean my fucking house. It's going to trickle down throughout the industry, except for on pro window cleaning. Look, Josh, I don't know what the fuck is going on that page, and I love the page and love you guys, but that is a shit show lately. You guys must have sent out enough free shit where we have window cleaners that have zero experience, because some of the questions, some of the comments, and some of the pictures on there, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Truth be told, it happens every year, and mark my words, within 1 month, it is going to be an absolute wild west of idiots, because they're all going to be bored. They're all going to come on, and then this is the time of year that every single person goes, "I'm a YouTube star," and start a new channel, and then there's going to be lots of videos, and everybody's going to tell you how to do it because they know best. Listen, Mark, I've been in business now for almost 2 years. I don't know if you know this, but I'm doing like $50 or $60 an hour. What it is just people who are new to the industry, which awesome. Like, new to the industry is cool. I know we all hate it, but it's kind of a rotation. People leave, people come in. But the problem is that there's a lot of people who paid $50 to be a window cleaner. and they've never made like money before. They've never made good money, right? They've maxed out at like $12-13 an hour in a factory. Now they're making like $50-$60 an hour, and they think they're just king shit, which is cool. Except they forget that there's 20,000 other window cleaners on that forum that make the exact same amount of money as them, if not more. Have been doing it longer and know what they do. So it's the same thing. This is where the banning starts coming in, which we try to not really ban people, because unless you're like really a big POS, like we try not to. There's just people who are trolls. You guys like Eddie Stewart?
I can't. Yeah.
PhD. Like there's those guys. They like to watch the world. It's like in the comments, if you're listening, Wash Boy, he's talking about how he loves Biden. He's gonna get a Biden tattoo and stuff. Like stuff like that. He's saying that just to kind of be like, all right, we're gonna get people to interact. The biggest thing with all this stuff is that people don't. Their social media is so separated.
Keep going.
They don't expect to actually get responded to. So if you actually call them, like, hey man, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was just busting balls. Like they just want that attention to like acknowledge they exist. It's the PhD guy. Here's how you do it. This is how you're gonna do it because I'm awesome.
Yeah, but he's over the top all of a sudden, dude. Look, we've discussed the fact that is this a personal? Is this It's gotten to the point now he's putting up pictures of money and I'm going to steal your jobs and this and that. And when you start to talk about fucking bashing someone else's business or stealing from their family, that's kind of
dudes like that only get away with shit like that because there's not dudes like me that live in the same fucking town they live in.
Yeah.
Because if I clean windows and you said that shit on social media, the first time I seen you out cleaning a fucking Subway, I'm beating your fucking ass. Straight up. Straight the fuck up. I'm knocking your teeth out. Anybody can think whatever they want about me saying that, but that's God's honest truth. You get on social media talking about, oh, I'm going to steal all your jobs. I'm breaking your fucking teeth out your head. Straight up.
The real thing now, we all are at the age, and a lot of people that are watching are like our age, where a lot of us, when you meet in real life, you're like, oh, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. How are you? I could say whatever crazy shit I want to right now. I'm staring at Mark. I could be like, Mark, you stupid. I could say whatever I want, and then I could just close my laptop and go, well, I sure told him.
Yeah.
In real life, what happens is when you have a loud motherfucker out there who just never got punched in the face, that's kind of where a lot of this stuff happens. So there's a lot of trolls who just like to see that. But in real life, we've all been to a bar where some guy opens his mouth and you're like, dude, you've never been punched.
Yeah.
I remember being 24 years old and talking a ton of shit to a 40-year-old guy who then beat the ever-living shit out of me in front of my girlfriend outside, and I learned real fast that, like, my mouth couldn't cash, like, a check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like, all right, like, I need to, like, watch what the fuck I say.
Yeah.
Because real life
There's always somebody out there, that's going to end up beating the fucking shit out of you if you don't watch what you're saying.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've gotten in situations where I'm like, man, and get the shit kicked out of myself, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Next time I'm gonna watch what I say.
Yeah,
maybe I won't do that. Yeah,
right. I'm not the type of person that runs around looking for trouble or anything. That's not my thing. But I will tell you this: if you threaten my livelihood, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you. One way or another, you're gonna catch a beating.
You guys have seen me in real life. Like I'm not super small. I'm a full-figured male. But the thing is people always think that I'm small for some reason during videos.
Yeah.
So when people will send me stuff randomly, I'll meet them in real life, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey man, I was just messing with you."
I didn't mean to call you a pussy.
Yeah.
That's because I'm a 6 foot tall man, and you were at least 3 or 4 inches taller than I am, and I'm like, holy shit, Jersey's like a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the real world and social media. That's why a lot of this, like Facebooks and the groups and things, it's really hard because you watch these people who are just literally trolling. They literally know that if I say this and I show you money and I say how awesome I am, that there's going to be 138 comments within 24 hours, all telling me how stupid I am, and they're just sitting back at the computer like, oh man, I got everybody so riled up.
I'm in their head. Yeah, I'm in your head.
Yeah. It's just how some people are, and that's the reason too.
I don't deal with it anymore.
Mark do that for like a month. Mark, if you just went out and just showed like all your checks cash, I would. If you just like went full PhD,
Yeah.
Some pro window cleaning. I might come back to Facebook just for that.
Dude,
I have mess with people.
I think I've spoke to TJ on some of my bigger restoration jobs, numbers here and there in conversation, because I know he jokes around, but he isn't gonna. To me, I'm not impressed by anybody that's showing a stack of hundreds. It's just like I said.
I mean, I could get on here and be like, hey man, I fucking in fucking 6 fucking weekdays, I made fucking $7,800 fucking dollars all by myself and cash it and all in hundreds and fan myself on Facebook. But I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put that shit in the wall safe, guy. I'm gonna pay my mortgage until March and not tell you. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Like the full week.
It's all good.
Put on your heater in your house and be like, goddamn right.
Yeah.
Turn that shit from 68 to 71.
I've found
I'm buying ground beef
lately that the best reaction to anything I see on Facebook, instead of saying something, is just a laughing emoji. That's all I really need anymore. I'm okay with it. Like I today, like the last 2 or 3 days, I made a fucking video last week with the Squeegee Life poll. I was like, nobody's probably ever gonna buy one of these fucking things, so I should do a video. And I do a video with it and everything, and of course, I get fucking trolls in my inbox. I get fucking people leaving shitty fucking comments, you know what I mean? Saying that the poll fucking sucks. Man, that poll looks like shit in the video. Are we watching the same video?
Dude, between you and I, that poll is probably one of my favorite polls that we sell, like, at all.
It's a nice poll.
It's like crazy stuff. If you've ever used it with something else, it's like above, like,
if you use the Squeegee Light pole next to a regular pole around the same height, you're gonna see the difference. You'll see what I'm saying. But I mean, and it's not. And instead of like normally I would go back and forth with someone about. Now I just like it's not even worth it anymore. And it's gotten to the point now where I don't even like fucking doing videos anymore, because there's dudes that are like on the internet and on Facebook that think that when somebody like Steve-O or myself makes a video in regards to a tool, that we've got some kind of biased opinion on it, like we're out to bullshit people. Like I don't get, you know what I mean? I don't get why people think that. I mean, I know there are influencers or people that want to be influencers out there that fucking talk shit.
That's the problem. It's known that if I wear, not me personally, I'm too ugly for that kind of stuff, but if I'm a famous influencer and I wear a shirt, it's because somebody paid me $3,500 to wear that shirt. Like, it's known, but then they think that window cleaning is like somehow this giant industry because it's all they see. They think it's the same thing, where it's not.
And it's not. I mean, me using an Unger 0 degree or... and Black Diamond Squeegee rubber does mean nothing more than saying this is what I like to use and this is why I use it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm, making $1,000 off every fucking 0 to 10 0 degrees sold. That's not. You know what I mean?
Rolling in
the dough, bro. I'm making so much money I don't even have to clean windows anymore. I'm never, hey, dude, it's not like I was out like last Saturday when it was 38 degrees out, fucking pressure washing, soaking fucking wet on a Saturday morning. That's how much money I'm making doing fucking YouTube videos. Jake Van Orden, you fucking cum guzzler.
I hate to say this, the generation of kids right behind me, the 27 to 31. Let me tell you something. The hours you put into editing that video, you could have made $1,000.
Yeah,
legitimately.
That's why.
Legitimately.
I don't know what you're doing. You should do this when you're established.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Well, that's why Luke stopped what he did, is because he literally was like, it takes me 12 hours for every video I put, and I put out a video a week. If I took that 12 hours and did something business related, we're averaging like $70 an hour. That's a lot of money.
Exactly where, I mean, like I was saying earlier, and I kind of lost the point. I have tried like 2 or 3 times this week to make a YouTube video, and I'm like fucking get everything set up. I don't even use GoPros anymore. I just use my iPhone, and because I'm tired of all that fucking horse shit too, But I can't even do it. I can't do it. Well, I can't do it. I want to do the channel. I want to do things for the channel. I want to do videos because the guys really like the videos. Not like I don't get like Steve-O views, but the dudes that been watching this podcast and been following the channel since I started, they enjoy it, and I don't want to stop doing it. You know what I mean? But it's become really difficult for me to do. I just it's just a fucking chore. It's a fucking chore, man. And that time that I was spending doing that, as opposed to me not doing it now, I definitely, like when Luke stopped, I got it instantly. I was like, I get it. You know what I mean? I totally get it, because I understand because that 12 hours, it's not all like Luke sitting in front of the computer for 12 hours, or Squeegee or Steve-O is sitting in front of the computer for, it's not that. It's setting up the fucking cameras. It's fucking, you know what I mean? Getting this shot, getting that shot. You know, it's a fucking pain in the fucking ass. And on top of all of doing that, you're doing 2 jobs at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's turning a $1,000 day into a $700 day because all the fucking camera.
Yeah,
but you got to look at the end result. What are you getting out of it? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely nothing.
This is
how you use your rag at minute 136. That's not how you wipe a window. Like I would do it for one time and then tell everyone to fuck off. Like I would lose my fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, I think most likely what I'm going to do is just like short, maybe under 10-minute, like vlogs, just like David Dobrik style is what I'm going to do. If you guys know who David Dobrik is. Just like a maybe 5-minute video, just my day, you know, parts of my day, and then that's all I'm going to do. You know, if I consult on another product again, or I get to try out another tool, that'll probably be a more lengthy video, but like Steve-O, I don't even know how the fuck that dude even makes videos anymore. I do not know how he keeps doing YouTube videos. I don't know how the guy does it. I mean, how many more fucking tips can you give these momos before it's like, bro, you know what I mean? You know? I mean, I love the guy.
Is he recycling them?
No, not really.
Well,
there are a few.
Talk about something different, but yet the same thing. And there's always new people coming in. So like with content, just podcasts, you know, from what you guys do, like you can kind of touch on things, but it still goes a different way, and it's new content.
Well, for me, I'm going to just go out on a limb here. This 2 hours a week that we've done for multiple years now, this is my entire socialization for my fucking week, right? Because I say hello to customers. If I see someone while I'm working, I say hello. I'm always pleasant to people, but most everyone else can fuck right off.
Just imagine now. Just think, we used to do 2 shows a week. We used to do Wednesdays and Sundays every week for over a year. We did that.
Dude, there's like times that I can't even pull away from doing stuff to watch the show in its entirety sometimes. Dude, you know, like
believe me, man, if I enjoy doing the show, but the day of the show I'm like, fuck, I gotta do the podcast tonight. You know what I mean? But once I get in here and the cameras are all on and as soon as we hop into Skype, I'm instantly invigorated. Because I get to see Mark and Seth, and it makes me happy. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I get to see my boys today. You know what I mean? Like, I talked to... Go ahead, Jersey.
I was going to say, and look at all the people in the comments. Like, KT's always there. Chris Johnson's always there. Sacco's always there. Like,
it's hard not to do it because
you're hanging out with your homies.
You get to get on and kick it with your buddies.
That's what it is.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the dudes that, like, the 20... to 30 dudes that watch this show every fucking week, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't even be doing it.
You take the time from your family or from whatever else you're doing that could be doing something
my furnace is fixed, and it come to find out when they put the gas valve in, the guy that wired everything up, he bundled all of the shit up and then wrapped it in electrical tape, and when he did that, he kind of tweaked the post on the board, that the control board kind of tweaked one of the posts, and it was shorting shit out, making the igniters go bad. And this dude, this dude walked in, because I've had a bunch of young guys in here, and I'm not a furnace guy. I'm not an electrical guy. I could fix parts on the furnace, like I could diagnose what's wrong with it, but the electrical part of it just completely fucking eludes me. I just don't. I have to call people when I wire a switch with more than fucking.
He electrical taped it instead of soldering it in there.
No.
When he put the tape on it, he pulled on the wire.
He bunched all the wires together for. Well, hey, Mike, thank you for watching. It's cool that you don't comment, but thank you for watching. he kind of bundled all the wiring together to just make it uniform, just to make it look good, less clutter, just to bundle it up. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about though, but
but when there's a socket on the board, and then there's a the plug that plugs into the socket on the board.
Okay,
well, that was off kilter a little bit.
Oh, okay. Because he taped it.
Yeah, because he pulled it when he pulled all the wires together and taped it together. And it was short. I mean, and I would have never have fucking guessed that in a million years. I'm all looking like, waiting. I'm reading the code that the board's flashing me, and it's telling me there's nothing wrong. But it kept acting like it was like a voltage issue, like there was something wrong with the wiring. It just didn't make sense.
A bad connection is no connection.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So finally, dude walked in, and he's like, I'm getting all this fucking tape off of here. Who wired this? A fucking retard? And I was like, yeah, he's like fucking, under 30. So yes, a retard.
Yeah. No, somebody that's been working on it and knows his shit. It's like I had an employee
he grabbed it, fucking unwound it, fucking as soon as he unwound that shit and he moved the wires over, it fucking fired right up. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah. I had an employee who had a Volkswagen car. And then he comes to me, and he was fixing up this car and the silicone hoses and the braided shit on it, and it's a fucking Volkswagen, but who am I to judge? So he goes, about cars. Every time it gets hot, it won't start. I go, what do you mean it won't start? I mean, like, does it turn over for a while? You got to give me more than it won't start. You know what I'm saying? Well, it won't crank. Well, what does that mean? It won't crank. That means 100 things.
Right.
He says, no. When I turn the key, the engine turns over very slow, not fast enough to start. And I go, okay. So I raise the hood and I go, there's your problem right there. That fancy braided fucking ground wire that you have there, how old is that? He says, about a month or two. And I go, that's probably about the time this started, right? Yeah. You have it on the fucking exhaust manifold. A hot ground is not, I'm not an electrician, but I know this. In automotive, a hot ground is not a ground. No. Okay. I'm like, take that off, put it to the intake manifold. Right. It's fucking 180 degrees cooler. Never had a problem. It's just about doing shit. You got a furnace guy that fucking probably experienced similar issues, and that's the perfect guy. He's got the experience to fix it,
That's all it was just an experienced technician come in, and I was like, dude, I would have never in a million fucking years have guessed that would be what was wrong.
I have a question if you guys actually know electrical. How is there grounds in a car if there's rubber wheels? It never touches the ground. Because it's insulated from the ground.
No, because everything is a loop. So everything goes back to the battery. The battery's grounding the chassis and all the components in there. So the car doesn't have to be touching ground. It's got the ground is the battery. So everything is a completely circular circuit. All the positives are going this way and all the negatives are coming back
It's a connected loop, yeah.
Here's the thing. Everybody's good at something. I'm not good at electrical, like welding, like any of that, like no. I don't do none of that. I don't do
weld.
engine work.
I can stick weld. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like fucking gob it up. I mean, I could lay a decent bead with a stick welder, you know what I mean? But I can't use a wire-fed welder or a fucking TIG. I can't do that, you know what I mean?
The TIG is hard to wire.
I want to learn how to do TIG welding, though. That seems like
a cool thing to do, yeah.
Like, yeah, just like
let me tell you, I have a TIG welder. I spent a fucking lot of money on it. And there's an art to it.
Yes.
There's an art because you're using 3 parts of your body, right?
Yeah.
So you got a foot pedal for the amperage or a finger switch, and then you got to know when to put the filler in. I bought a fucking badass Miller TIG welder, and every time I turn it on, I fucking get mad. I bought it for aluminum because I want to do aluminum. Because I have an aluminum gun for my MiG. It's just not the same. You can't stack dimes.
Right.
Maybe some guys can, but I can't. In aluminum.
Well, I seen your welds on that fucking that skid. You can't stack dimes with anything.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm a lot better with heavy metal. Like, dude, I welded up some bumpers, something I could burn the fuck out of.
Right.
I fucking weld like anyone else. Small thin shit looks fucking hard.
Yeah. The fine stuff you have to be careful with is hard to do. It's super hard to do.
Dude, I only know how to do like 3 things well, and one of them's not window cleaning. So we got
masturbate. We got
masturbate, shave handlebar mustaches, and drink beer.
And I can do electrical work, and that's fucking it.
No,
masturbating's like way down the line now.
No,
dude, I hit my 30s and I was like, fuck that.
Fuck that. This is.
I can do that, but fuck.
This is too much work.
Yeah.
I'm really good at picking up the phone and calling someone to do stuff. That's what I'm good at.
Dude, it's helpful.
Oh, you seem to be a pretty fair woodworker, though, Jersey. You're selling yourself short.
I can do like wood stuff, but I can't do metal. Like the same reason that Mark hates wood is because it's like not permanent and it's not strong and everything else. That's what I hate
being
about
not
metal.
permanent is not true. That's not true.
Well, no. I will say this, okay? When I worked at Martha's Vineyard, the carpenters in Martha's Vineyard could fucking work circles around anybody here in Florida. The Finnish carpenters that were building window frames, and I was watching them work, and I appreciate the art that goes into that, just like in any other work. The average woodworker.
Well, you can't be a craftsman of any sort and not appreciate craftsmanship.
That's true.
You know
Mark,
that's
you don't understand.
Everything in Martha's Vineyard is not square or plumb ever. You know what I mean? So you have to become a good woodworker because nothing is square and everything is old.
Right.
Like, it's just the way that it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you appreciate, I had a guy hit me up on TikTok, and he's a welder on TikTok. He's got a welding TikTok, and he followed me and hit me up, and he goes, I know it's just window cleaning, but I can really appreciate what you're doing. You're really good at what you do. And I was like, man, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was nice of him. Yeah, that was nice of him to say. That was cool.
He gets it.
Yeah, but he gets it. You know what I mean? He gets it. You know?
Everybody who's good at something, there's like an art form to it. No matter how basic of what you're trying to do.
Except solar panel cleaning. That's
for the gays.
My God. Why do you guys keep opening that fucking can of worms? I don't understand, dude.
Mark just enjoys starting a fire. I guarantee if he ever came on here, Mark's head would be about halfway in the thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't even be saying nothing. He's a fucking pussy hole.
No,
Mark wouldn't say shit. He never does. Talks all kinds of shit, and then when people are right here, he's like, "Oh, you're such a nice guy."
That's a fact.
Colin Gold, Window Doctor PhD, I love you. He's such a good kid.
That sounds exactly like Tommy Boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying for that. So are we gonna make that announcement, and then if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so next week on the Squeegee Live podcast, live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna have Jay Raglife Camaro on our podcast. It's gonna be gangster. It's gonna probably be
real awesome.
It's going to be the best podcast we ever did. I mean, I'm not saying the awkward level is not going to be like on 9, but Mark will be here to suck him off, guys. Don't worry. Mark will be, Jay, I really like the way you use rags on windows.
As long as they're squeegee life towels.
Yeah, you're right.
So can you tell me about the hair loss? It's getting more promote.
This is the only guest you guys have ever had that is literally banned from watching the show. He's not going to be on the show.
I didn't ban him, did I?
Yes, we honored.
I think you did.
Did
like 6 months ago.
Sorry.
Yeah,
you just kind of had it.
Back, you were just like, I'm sick of this fucking guy.
When Mark brought it up, Jason Lehman said, "We'll see you in 2 weeks." That's cool, dude. We're gonna have like fucking 100 people watching this bitch, Jay Camaro style, dude. Jay Camaro brings in the viewers. Yep. He's all about that rag life.
The best residential window cleaner there is, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most professional.
I'm going to tell you guys this. I had fucking Mike Nichols make me a fucking 6-inch fucking Battle Cat. I'm going to tell you why. Just because of Jay Camaro. That's the whole reason why. I'm attaching a GoPro to that motherfucker this summer, and I'm fucking going to do fucking cut up windows with a Battle Cat and a fucking water-fed pole all summer like a fucking douchebag. Nice. It's going to be great.
I did a storm window job today with a water-fed pole.
Oh!
I don't care. It came out fucking good.
Well, I had this old guy. I had this old timer.
There were a few spots where I was like, "That's not great."
Questionable. It's questionable, but you know what? I can fix that real quick. Yeah.
I can fix that.
I had an old timer.
Enough layers of glass in a screen.
Yeah. I had an old timer.
This house was 300 years old that I did. The windows had to be from at least. They had the pressure locks. You ever seen?
Oh,
you know
yeah.
Look it up. You have to push. So that's like at least the 20s.
Yeah, no shit.
I was like, this glass is old as fuck. And anything I do is going to be better than what the fuck they had going on. And there were 6 over-9s. So pulling out that top storm, you know what I mean? It's like the small ass storm, the big one. And every time you pull it through, I'm like, I'm going to break it. I'm going to break it. This one's going to break. And none of them broke. And I was real happy.
That just gives me anxiety just thinking about it. I fucking hate storm windows, man. If I do a storm window job, if I do a storm window job, it's gonna be for a shitload of money, man. Every time, $30 a fucking window. I don't give a shit.
Dude, there were spiders between the glass.
I know. Well, around here, that's not low. In Ohio, it's not low.
Storms. You try. I'm hearing guys talking like $65 a storm.
If there's guys around here getting $65 a storm window, I need to know that he needs to. Whoever that guy is in Ohio, call me and tell me who you are. So we need to talk because I want to know how the fuck you're getting that. Because I want. That's what I want.
Yeah. If you're at 30 right now,
35.
Do 40, and if they say no, say okay, you're at 35. Do 45. If they say no, you go like this. Like,
right.
I mean,
no,
that's the way you
test
what I've
done. The hard part here, like in the Northeast or like where TJ is, there's a.
What happened?
Seth just froze up.
There's a fucking.
There's the. He's really ramping up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's really.
Well, the problem is what he was probably saying is that there's a lot of storm windows because you guys get. I mean, you got a lot of storm windows. That's like almost like the norm. Well, I mean, it is in certain parts of Wisconsin, but still, I'm like a huge fan of, not stepping over dollars to make pennies either. I mean, sometimes if if you're not eating because you got no money, then don't do that. But if you're like, dude, I could fill my time, why not try it? Why not try it?
Yeah. So hopefully that podcast happens next week.
That'd be pretty.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it will be too. I don't know why he fucking decided or asked to come on the show. I'm not. He said, "Sorry, my whole piece of shit computer shut down." I hope it happens.
Will it to happen? You just gotta understand it will happen, and then
I'm sure that it will. I just don't know if it's gonna be the desired result. You know what I mean?
No, it's
a lot of things. A lot of things have been said. You know what I mean? That dude said a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So.
Here's the thing. Every show that you watch that has big ratings is going to be like Flavor of Love and like those shows that just people yelling at each other and there's drama. You have a little bit of drama sometimes.
I hope him and Seth can function in the same 2-hour span together.
I think
it's not, and it's going to be glorious.
The show is going to be dictated on Jay Camaro's what he comes out of the gate with. You understand what I'm saying? If he wants to play nice in the sandbox, we can have a very good discussion. It might be educational to some, to him, to me, to you, to whoever. Okay. And if he comes out with that, this is the fucking way to do this and stands up on that, it could, it could go over the cliff.
It's disconnect. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's going to be a disconnect issue. I think Seth will fucking completely come out of pocket on the guy. You guys.
I've already Amazon Seth 2 cases of beer for Wednesday morning.
I don't want to see spit coming out of his mouth as he yells at the camera.
I don't. Like I said, I'm not going into it for it to be a confrontation. That's not what I'm looking for at all. You know what I mean? I'm not having him on for a confrontation, but there's going to be a difference of opinion. There's no question about that. You know what I mean? I'll try to be as respectful as possible. As long as he's respectful with me, I'll be respectful with him. As far as him and Seth goes, he said a lot of shit about Christine and shit like that, and that's not smooth.
That's over the line.
That's over the line. So there's going to be a little bit of animosity there, no matter what, between those two. You know what I mean? So I think there's going to be a short fuse when it comes to him and Seth. There'll be not very much room for wiggle there. So I don't know, but yeah, Jay Camaro, the 17th. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess Jason, who says he's one of our most loyal listeners, is not going to watch because Jay's on. Well, thanks for all your support, Jason, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, we got. Look, it's nice to be able to go down different avenues.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I mean, and like I said,
Jay's a different kind of guy. You know.
Yeah, he is, and yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I mean, again, I think it's going to be dictated a lot by Jay's attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Jay has to be on great behavior. Jay believes this and he wants to stand up for that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I am as well.
I'm cool with that. There was things that went over the line. Maybe it'll be a good place to discuss it. Maybe it's going to go off the cliff, you know. But you never know what you're going to get. So be here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. and see what happens.
I know you are, Jay. I'm just fucking with you too.
As being a person who really enjoys not being that one, when you say things, there's certain things you could always know that person has said. There's just, when you say something that you can't be taken back, like, that's hard. You can't be like, dude, I'm sorry I said that, because you're a piece of garbage. If you already said something, you know, like, you start talking about families and stuff, I'll break your neck. You talk about my family.
Well,
like,
that's the thing. I don't think a lot of people understand about the internet and you know, confrontations on the internet is there's like a line you can't cross, you know what I mean? And talking about family and a disagreement on social media is just kind of scummy to me, because I know that, I mean, and most people know that, like, you know, if me and you were standing in front of each other right now, you wouldn't say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You might call me an asshole or a motherfucker or a bitch or something to my face, but you're not going to talk about my wife or my kids or none of that shit. You're not going to do that.
No.
You know, because that's an
But
instant,
there's
you know.
man etiquette. Etiquette says that I could talk shit about you.
Yeah.
I could talk about how ugly you are. I could talk about all that. But guess what? I'm not going to destroy your business, your livelihood, and I'm not going to talk about your friends, your wife, or not friends, your wife or your kids.
Yeah.
Never would I talk about that.
Yeah.
That's man etiquette.
Yeah.
When you get to people who talk about doing that stuff, or guys that leave reviews on other companies, that's boy behavior. That's because you don't know man etiquette yet. Like, there's a line.
Yeah. Well, I think some people never get that, though, Jersey.
No.
Some people, it's just not in them. You know what I'm saying? They've been disrespectful their whole life. I mean, yeah, there's time to bite your tongue, even out in public, even talking to customers, just meeting someone. You're like, I just say to myself, this is a guy I don't want to associate very much with. Have a good day. And I move on. You know what I'm saying? I see certain things that I pick up on just life experience. There it is.
Hey, look, here's this fucking... Yeah. Here's this fucking
This
guy
is why I need to charge more money for storm window cleaning so I can buy a new computer. Jesus Christ.
You can afford a new computer. You should have a computer just for podcasting.
Right?
I really need to. Well, I'm working on building...
yeah, he's got a server room in that new estate home.
Yeah, the $3.2 million mansion with the in-ground pool on the beach over there in Nantucket.
Yeah.
That whole regular priced house on a 4-lane road.
Whatever, bro. Seth is the most not modest guy I know. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He's trying to pretend like they just took the wheels off of it or something.
Yes, anytime.
Hey, bro. Anybody that has a mustache like that has got money. Because you don't give a fuck about anything. You got you money if you got a mustache like that.
I had like 2 people today just be like, they didn't recognize me from doing the estimate like a week ago. They're like, oh, there was another guy here. I'm like, yeah, no, it's me. I look like an asshole. But now my wife's like, I'm oddly attracted to you. Just keep it for a while longer. I'm like, all right, we'll make it work.
Go out and clean the pool so I can fuck the pool boy.
Yeah.
Now I'm just cleaning out the koi fish pond.
Right.
Because I don't know how to take care of that shit.
Jeez.
By the way, you could stop right there by mentioning you owned a koi fish pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's razzing you like, I have to clean the koi fish pond.
Yeah. When you have a koi fish.
Anyways.
We were just talking about we were wondering how well you and Jay Camaro are going to get along next week. Or are you going to be sick next week?
Well, if he'll have to do one thing for me, and if he does it, we're cool. So we're good. Me and Mark talked about it already.
Yeah,
he needs to admit, you know, that he crossed the line. Then we're good. That's it.
Yeah, we move forward.
See, I didn't even know about that conversation, but that's exactly what I said. I was like, there's a lot of shit that was said, and he crossed the line.
Yeah. Well, no, just so you know, I mean, we don't we pride ourselves that we don't do show prep for this. There's a small discussion here and there. But when he reached out to me, I waited a day or so just to figure out what I thought. Then I said to myself, okay, this might be a good idea, but let's get everyone else's view. I called you, and you were busy doing something because you called me back. And in the meantime, I called Seth because I wanted to know if my opinion was going to line up with yours, that it could be a good idea. So Seth and I went over it, and then obviously you and I spoke about it. So, I mean, like I said, it can go a couple different ways. I hope it goes well. You know what I mean?
I do too. I do too. I'm not going into it with my instruments of death, like loaded and ready to go.
I mean, dude, yeah, he could get cut a million different ways from us, and I don't really actually want it to go that way because it's exactly what everyone thinks it will go. Yeah. I'd rather it be productive. I doubt it will be, but maybe give it an opportunity, see what happens.
Right.
Paint this picture. You guys get along so well. All of a sudden, he's your new fourth.
No.
What?
What? Maybe.
I'm never. I will never do a weekly show with Ronald McDonald. It's never
There's
gonna.
a spokesperson for
the motherfucker's got the same hairdo as the bully from Doug. You know what I'm saying?
No. I think it's more.
I knew Seth would like that.
What's his fucking name? Oh my god, he's green. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the green guy from Doug.
Jesus Christ. I can't think of it. I'll figure it out. Oh, Roger Klutz. Roger Klutz. Dude, that's his fucking name. Dude, he is Roger.
It's so good to remember now, though, instead of at 2:00 in the morning, you pop out of bed. Roger Klutz.
Yeah. It's a nematode.
Yeah.
Damn it. Figure it out too late. Roger Klutz. Dude, his hair looks like a dead wheat field, but that's on him. Just live with it.
Freshly satched.
He said, "Just live with it."
Yeah, dude, it's like a medieval whea field that got hit by a
medieval wheat field.
And they didn't have time to farm it.
That?
You know what I mean?
His fucking hair. His hair is the backdrop for Led Zeppelin 4. You know what I mean?
By the way, you guys are starting off next week is gonna already have a nice ground level about you. All this, he's gonna watch this.
Get it out now.
Yeah, man.
We can't watch the episode. He's banned. Say what you want.
Yeah, this is his way to get back on pro window cleaning. I think. Maybe he's
this
trying
is
to
his
play
first step. This is his first step to.
Again,
I don't even know who bans it. I don't know who levies the ban hammer on that page.
It's not the first. This is the first thing.
Oh, I know.
Is there a boardroom where we discuss who gets thrown out?
No.
Big round table.
Is there a dictatorship or is there different? Have you ever banned anybody?
It's a dictatorship, yeah.
Oh, so you haven't yourself ever banned anybody? But whoever the dictator is the one that bans.
Yes, and it's very, very seldom. Every year, maybe 2 people would get banned. That's it. Mm-hmm. But I do remember, if somebody's really, really terrible, I'll ask said person, can I ban him? I'd be like, nah, I'll just do it. Or he'll be like, I don't care. But I mean, it's not up to. We'd really try not to ban anybody.
I understand you guys are pretty good about it. Yeah. There's certain things.
Say what you're gonna say. Free speech goes both ways, right? If you're a proponent of that, sometimes people say dumb shit that's not really up your alley.
Right.
That's kind of the thing. There's trolls, but we want it to be a professional group to some degree, but yet, I mean,
it's the
also
internet.
Sometimes people
again, it is the internet. So what are we?
There's
really
only so much.
Yeah. What are we really talking about? It's the internet. You know what I mean? So
exactly. We get people though that because I'm on live chat a lot and phones and stuff, and people will call and be like. Because I'm an admin in the groups, they'll be like, "You're an admin?" Yeah. Oh, I can't believe that you would run a group like this. I'm trying to get into it, and these people came after me, and I asked how to squeegee a window, and they told me I was an idiot, and I should go hire some. And they'll literally random people will send messages, and I'll just be like, "Well, it's a group that is not really run. It's not anything we said. We just don't moderate it, And I'll explain the whole freedom of speech kind of thing, and it's the internet. If you haven't been on the interwebs yet,
I don't really say anything about anyone's window cleaning technique unless they like to get on and talk about how their way is the only way to fucking do it. This is the best way, but you fucking suck, so it's not the best way. Okay?
There's
or
not the best anything.
2, The other thing, two. No, I'm the best at a 0 degree on a fucking pole. I'll say that.
You're one of the only ones using that.
The other thing that fucking bothers me is fucking when dudes tell dudes to fucking use toilet bowl cleaner and oven cleaner on fucking windows. It's annoying. It's fucking annoying. It's annoying as fuck. It's annoying.
You may remember this. Yes, you may remember this, but this is maybe like 2 years ago. There was a guy who was totally against insurance, saying how it was a scam and you should never have insurance with your company and all this stuff. Like, if you're doing that, the problem is this is where free speech kind of changes, right? If you're in a theater and you yell fire, it can cause damage. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when there's these idiots out there who do put stuff out there that's absolutely hurtful to the industry, hurtful to people. Yeah. And there's some new person somewhere who's going to hopefully call me or somebody else before and ask the question. Mm-hmm. But we've got all the time. We're like, oh, so-and-so, I was on a group and they said this. And it's like, no, God, don't know.
That's not how you do that, yeah.
Yeah, I had somebody, this is a while ago, and they're very, very new, but they said any 0 version of steel wool works. They were told it wouldn't scratch. So that was like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I said, that's how steel wool is.
Why not? Why not? Perry Tate sells fucking scrubby pads made out of chicken wire. It doesn't scratch glass.
Yeah, barbed wire.
Fucking guy's an idiot.
You get to a certain point, you're hurting people and somebody new, and we've all done that. The problem is when you're experienced, you can kind of like, you have a net out there and you're like, well, this guy's an idiot, this guy's an idiot, this guy's telling something that makes sense. The new people don't know that, so that's where the hurtfulness kind of comes in.
And that's what bothers me about dudes that are like, hey, I got this stain on the window, I don't know how to get off. Use some fucking soft scrub on there. Hey guy, use some Tidy Bowl. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? First of all, if you're gonna recommend a product to get something off the glass, at least recommend a fucking professional product. Even though I don't really agree with professional products, the acids and shit like that, I'm not really a big fan of them because I fucked up some windows with that shit on occasion. It's happened a couple times. You gotta be super careful with that shit. There's
guys using that just to take dirt off a window.
Yeah, it's just stupidity.
Fucking dirt is the easiest thing to get off a window.
Scrape the fucking window, man.
Easiest way.
TJ, have you not heard that razors scrape glass?
They do
scrape it on a forum once.
Listen, Jersey, I will tell you this. I know for a fact that fucking razors scrape glass. I don't know if they scratch glass or not, but I do know they scrape glass.
Yeah.
And you should use them at all times.
The other day, the first window I did, I pulled my mop across and I'm like, razor blade. As soon as I could hear the drag, I was like, razor blade. This is razor blade.
But there's a problem is there's guys that have been doing this for 20 years that have used razors, and the new guys who know it all come in and go, you can't do that. What are you telling people this? It's like,
I get it on my Instagram. Dude, I get it on my Instagram because I'm believe it or not, I'm big time on Instagram. I do pretty good on Instagram. I guess I get mad likes on Instagram. But anyways, there's always a dude. Every time I use a scraper in a video, there's always a guy that's like, you can't do that. Okay, then I guess I can't. You're a fucking idiot. Well, shut up. You know what I mean?
No, you can't do that. Yeah. Let me do what I do.
And guess what? Hey, guess what, dude? I scrape fucking concrete off of glass with razors, too.
I like your style, dude.
You know what I mean? Because why fuck around? Because it works. I could see if you're like fucking going like this on the window or something like that, like a fucking total Momo. But if you go one direction and knock that shit off, you get the fucking aggregate off there, the cream's going to be underneath, and then you can give it another scrape to get the cream off the window so the shadow's gone. You know what I mean? Use fucking Easy Off and a fucking blowtorch. It'll come off, kid. Fuck out of here.
All I can say is the owner of window cleaning.
Yeah, you could use concrete off too. I'm not against that, but
I'm showing how to clean windows, and he scrapes every window in the video. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Say that again.
So, I said there's a very old video of Chris cleaning a window, and he shows people how to clean a window, and he wets it and then scrapes it.
Because I'm telling you this right now, when I learned how to clean windows, everybody had a fucking razor in their bucket or in their fucking ear, like Mark used to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You just scrape the fucking window. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just have to be responsible and know the situation when to scrape and when not to scrape. You know what I mean? I see dudes like like Steve-O, and I'm not shitting on Steve-O, but Steve-O will wet a piece of glass, scrape it, and then steel wool it, and that drives me absolutely fucking bonkers. I'm like, why do you need the steel wool? I don't understand. It's like
I don't relate to.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, but you don't comment on it and tell him how to do it because it's like, do you, boo? Like, do your thing.
No, that's your thing. I will never tell Steve-O, that's not the way you do that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that because it works for him. You know what I mean? If that's your process, then cool. To me,
that looks good at the end.
Yep, and to me, in my case, the only thing I'm thinking is like, man, my arm is going to be really hurting after that. I'm just razoring that motherfucker, and then if the razor don't take it off, then you know what? I'll get it the next time. You know?
Yeah.
I'll get it the next time.
Tell the customer it's going to take a few cleanings.
There are guys in this podcast chat right now that fucking scrape windows
my favorite thing to
and don't even re-wet them. They just.
That's why it's scraped up.
Yeah.
I never tire window, so I have some water.
I don't want to re-wet shit.
USA says tempered glass. I fucking scrape the shit out of tempered glass
that
all
is
the
such.
time.
All right,
that is such a myth.
Here's how I'll lay it out. Have you ever cooked a steak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if you know how to cook steak, right? Like, you press on the steak and you know where it's at. It's the same thing with glass. If you're unsure and you put your hand on that glass and it moves, don't scrape it. That's it. It's the easiest part. If you can feel if it's soft or if it's hard or like what's going on with the glass. Real easy with
the
only thing you can't scrape. There's only certain windows that I will not scrape. Like I will never put a razor on drive-through windows. I will never ever fucking scrape drive-through windows. Drive-through windows always scratch. But as far as all tempered glass scratches, nah, that's not true. No, that's not true.
But true. Like you can tell which glass is gonna like scratch instantly. You know what I mean? Like,
different manufacturers. We have Castle windows here. Those things are notorious. I fixed so many Castle windows, and it just fucking every window everywhere is scratched from the construction cleaning. And again,
if you just
educate yourself.
Yes. Just educate yourself, dude. If you scratch the first piece of glass, you should know instantly if you're going to be scratching glass. Instantly.
You can hear it.
As soon as the blade touches the glass and you move an inch, you should know. Right there, boom, I can't scrape this.
Yeah.
You should know instantly. I mean, that's the problem with fucking entry-level fucking momos. Being told to put this on the glass, that on the glass, this on the glass. You gotta know what the fuck you're doing. You gotta know what you're doing. I'm not saying everybody should scrape glass, but you gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
No, if you're new, clean it first and then see what you have left and then go from there.
Well, when I learned how to clean windows, I wasn't given a scraper for 6 months. I was not allowed to scrape any glass. You're gonna figure out how to clean windows first. You're gonna do it the hard way. You know what I mean? And then once you figure it out and you know what I mean? Yep, I'll scrape. I'll scratch low E, tempered glass, any glass you got. I'll scratch the fuck out of it. Scratch the shit out of it.
Well, that's like
10-year-old.
20 years.
Yeah, USA. That's a perfect fucking comment right there. Take your earplugs out. Turn your music off when you put your fucking blade on the glass. That's all you gotta. Just use your fucking head, man. But to tell people that you can't use scrapers anymore, it scratches the glass. That's horseshit.
Do you know how hard it would be for a 10-year-old window to still have Fab Degree on it if it even happened in the first place?
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking brand new windows, there's some kind of possibility because they've never been cleaned. They haven't maybe been wiped down. You still have to have fabricating debris on the glass to scratch. The problem is people are telling people that the glass is somehow like made of acrylic and it will scratch. Like if you put a razor on plexi, it will scratch 100% of the time because it's plastic. But
first of all, if you put I've seen guys do that, and I've seen them take tint off. They put the blade on. If there's any resistance, it's either plastic or tint. Do not fucking push. Stop right there. Stop.
Yeah.
You're doing.
I think that's a very, that's one thing I do see. I see a lot of, like this is how I do construction cleans. never see anybody do what I do. I never run a mop across a construction clean window. Never.
I take a garden hose to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it's outside.
If I'm inside, I got myself a spray bottle full of soapy fucking water, and I'm soaking every fucking window I touch before I even put a mop on it. I'm trying to get the drywall boogers off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the right thing to do. Get it nice and wet and get that shit released from the surface, because if you just go in, hit it with a fucking mop, you're dragging who knows what the fuck across the window. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're carrying that shit on every window after that.
Yes,
you're
sir.
Carrying all that
yes,
shit
sir.
with you.
Yes, sir.
You can scratch a window with a mop.
Yep.
When I started my company, I did a whole entire 300 plus home development construction clean. I only did it because I needed the money. I had no
Seth's
choice.
drinking out the side of his mouth.
This is. Wait a minute.
It doesn't look right when you do that.
This was 20 years ago in Florida. Of course, EPA wasn't watching.
Uh-huh.
They took a pump sprayer with diesel fuel, diesel like you put in your truck, and spray the windows and the frame, so they didn't have to mask it. They didn't have to do anything. And realistically, 90% of the paint and stucco did not stick. But I figured out, once I put my mop on one of those and smelled the diesel oil, get in the truck, let's go get some Simple Green and my own pump sprayer. Do these houses have water? No. Okay, then send me to houses that have water. I'm not doing any houses until the water's turned on. Right. Okay, do this section. I would literally spray down 20 windows with Simple Green, take a fucking garden hose to them, and whatever stayed after that is what got attended to. 90% of it was gone. Right. If you walk up and start destroying your tools in anything, whether it's diesel fuel, drywall, overspray, just like you said, latex paint, you're going to carry that shit with you for months. That shit doesn't come out of your tools.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I think it was, we're going to go back to who it was, Life of Washboy said, when does he ever need to use a heavy-duty Triumph blade? The answer is never.
Never.
In my opinion.
Never.
Yeah. Unless you're removing tints.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't want your blade to break.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you what right now, tint job is automatically, I'm buying myself a brand new pack of razors on you.
Yeah.
You're right?
Yeah.
And normally, 90% of the time, if I get a tint job, you also bought me a new scraper too, because I'm going to fuck that up as well.
And you bought me for the whole day pretty much, no matter how long it lasts.
Yeah, exactly. That's just me personally. I see a lot of guys talking about, like, dude, you can't run your rubber across the sill like that the way you do. It's going to tear your rubbers up. Bro, if you're not figuring a piece of rubber on every job, then what are you doing? What are we doing here? If you haven't got that down yet, like,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? If you're not figuring out, like, I need to make sure I'm making my gas money to get here, my fucking piece of rubber to clean this bitch, and, whatever else necessities I need my bottle of soap or whatever. If you're not figuring that into the price, then what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are you doing?
Dude,
what are you doing with your life?
My gas alone in a week to run my company, and, like, if I had to worry about rubbers, I'd be in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I'm figuring rubbers into the job. What are we doing?
People ask all the time. They're like, "Oh, so this X and X rubber, how long does it last?" The same amount all the rest of the rubber lasts, because I change it every day. Like, they go, "What?" Well, that's because you work there. No, it's because that's what you should do. There's people who run rubbers until they leave streaks, and then all of a sudden now you're chasing them until you realize that you have to change your rubber because you use the same $2 piece of rubber for a month and a half.
I change them when they start to drag. When it
don't feel good to me. When it don't feel good to me anymore, I'm just like, all right, this is done. I'll flip her over.
Sometimes I can go 4 days on one side.
Just all depends.
And 1 day on the other. Some days, if you're cleaning commercial office buildings that go twice a year, you're going to go through some fucking rubbers because that shit is dirty.
Yeah. It's like a new pair of socks. You know how great it feels when you put a new pair of socks on.
Like I went through a gross of the 36-inch fucking Black Diamond ropes that fucking Casper sent me this fucking giant crate of fucking rubbers. And I went through a whole gross of T-tops this year. And and I'm not even done yet. You know what I mean? I had to order. I actually had to buy rubbers for the first time all year.
Yeah.
It just all depends, really. You know what I mean? It really just depends. You know what I mean?
if your margins are too tight that you can't focus on equipment and like, I can't get X fill in the blank, whatever it could be.
I've been cleaning windows for 45 years. I can't afford a tread pull.
Yeah, yeah. I got the same rubber I did from 3 years ago.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. If it starts to drag, I just change it out or flip it over.
Fine. Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't, like guys are like really sticklers on the brand of rubber. Like Mark is fucking, really anal about the type of rubber he uses. I am not that fucking guy.
Yeah.
I could clean a window with just about, with every rubber I've tried that Chris has sent me, I could clean a window with. It's just, I don't like to because they suck. You know what I mean? I don't like the way this feels, but I can still get the fucking window clean.
Well, and it's people. Everybody's different. It's the Ford Chevy controversy where they're both great trucks. I'm sorry, Mark. They're both great, but one person likes one and they swear by it and hate the other, and the other one.
It's all a preference thing. I like Black Diamond rubber. I feel like it lasts just as long as any other fucking rubber. I like the feel of it, and it's cheap. So, I mean, I don't have to crack the bank for it's cheap. You know what I mean? Like, I really liked that green rubber that Unger came out with when it first came out. I'm like, man, this stuff is really fucking nice. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna spend $57 fucking for a dozen of them motherfuckers.
It's green rubber.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like, hey, I just got. I'm Seth Byers and I got money to piss away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll use the black shit, dude. I'm cool with it.
I'm a convert to the green rubber. Like I use it for everything now. But
yeah, I love it.
If I run out, I'll use Black Diamond. You know what I mean? Like I
Josh,
don't care what I have. I'll just use it.
Yeah, Jersey, do me a favor when you see Chris next. See if he's got finance programs for a gross of that.
Yeah, can I finance a gross of that shit?
$5,000.
Like I said, it's the best non-rubber rubber I've used. I will say that about it.
They nailed it.
They nailed it. They fucking nailed it.
It's Unger. You know how big Unger is? Yeah. Unger, like everybody who sees window cleaning, that's all they see, and they think it's this giant industry.
Yeah,
they could care less.
Yeah.
They're like a multi-billion-dollar company, and their number one product in all of Unger is a handy grabber, little thing that like you pick up cans with, or old people pick up the newspaper.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like their number one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also make every single janitorial closet in basically America has something Unger in it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Window cleaning is just like a thing that they do. Is we might as well do that too.
Add-on, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been rallying for 5 years now for them to do a quick release on that 0 degree handle. They don't care. I've even wrote them letters. You know what I mean? They don't care. We're good.
Yeah.
We're selling them.
They're so far removed. Yeah. It's not that they don't necessarily care about the market. They're great to deal with, really. Mm-hmm. But it's that there's just so little. It's like somebody complaining about a freckle on their baby toe. Like, it's so far removed that it's not a big deal.
Josh, whatever happened to that? Remember when we were at the trade show? They had that R2D2 looking purification system. I haven't ever seen one of those. You guys aren't really promoting them. Are they out for sale?
It's not out yet. No. So Unger did the announcing an announcement kind of launch. And it just hasn't come out yet. So, yeah, a lot of people saw it, and it just never came to fruition yet.
Dude, but, correct me if I'm wrong. That thing had, LED lighting on it. It was friggin' ridiculous. Yeah. I was
like, Unger had an RODI system out of, Europe or Germany, one of those. And there was a computer screen on it. There was, digital readouts. There was, all this stuff.
I got a fucking... Unger, I got a Unger, not fucking Unger. I got an IPC hydro cart that has been dropped out of the back of a pickup truck going 70 miles an hour. It has digital nothing on it. That thing is a fucking beast. It's a beast. Dude, miss me with that shit.
The new World Ones RODI non-proprietary is $14.99. That Unger that was out before was $6,800. At that point, it's very, very hard. I like luxury stuff. I think it's cool that there's, carbon fiber trad poles and everything else. Yeah. But there's a limit where,
It's what are we really doing here? USA wants to know, how often do you guys replace your brass clips? Well, first of all, I always have a spare because I only use one. I don't ever, ever.
Don't use two.
I never put two in a squeegee channel. Never.
What?
if
No.
you ever
only
if
on a
you
cut-up.
ever hear
Never.
Yeah, if you ever hear anybody on a forum say that rubber always leaves marks or it's in the middle of the rubber, it's because they have two end clips, and I'll guarantee it every single time.
Yeah.
It holds the rubber in where the clips are, not where the rubber is. So if you only have one in, the rubber actually floats, but it just doesn't fall out.
I only put a clip in the lead edge of my squeegee, the one that rides the gasket on the window. That's that end.
Right or left-handed, right?
You're right or left-handed.
So mine's on the left side.
And if you're left-handed, you put a clip on the left side. If you're right-handed, you put a clip on the right side. I never put two in. Never.
I didn't even know that was a thing till about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I
always leave fucking marks when I have two
clips. I'm like, who the fuck puts two clips in?
Every time, like if I get a new channel to test out, if I get a new channel to test out,
throw that one
right? I always, I use the squeegee as intended right out of the package, like the new Sorbo channels that came out this year. And I was fucking leaving rainbows every fucking where. I took that fucking clip out of the other end, I fucking could clean windows again all of a sudden. Just saying, bro.
I don't think I've ever used the rubber that my squeegee came in, ever. I take it out immediately because I don't know how long that's been sitting there. And I'm like, I'll just put a fresh rubber in.
Well, to me, it's not really gonna hurt me in my whole day if like I go up to the first window, I'm like, this rubber sucks. Then
I'll just like if I buy a Pulex,
that happened like 10 times, and now I just don't do it.
If you buy a Pulex squeegee, that rubber comes out of the gate like a racehorse, but then in about 20 minutes, it starts to drag. I'll use it.
Am I doing this wrong? Should I be doing this podcast differently? Like Mark does?
Yeah. I have no idea why Mark does that, but he feels like he needs to lean in. So everybody...
That's only when something is really important. You can tell how important it is.
My days of talk radio, what can I say?
He doesn't realize that he could sit right where he's at and never talk into that microphone, and it's still going to sound really good.
But that's like Mark.
It's how important it is.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Jersey, you're saying that the importance of the statement requires the lean in, is what you're saying.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. It means I'm getting ready to interrupt.
He just did it again.
So
watch, you'll start talking about Jay Camaro, and it'll get more and more and more. And it'll just,
I love that guy. He's great. That kid.
We shouldn't give him any shit.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be a douche. Unless he fucking decides to be a douche. If he says douchebaggery shit, he's gonna get called on it.
We shouldn't have him on the podcast till like 7:59, personally. Because if we have him on any earlier, we're just gonna.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him as the show rolls. I'm not gonna bring him into.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't want you guys. Air stuff. That would be.
I don't want any off the air fucking shit to start it out like it turned into a shit show before it even starts. I don't want that.
I don't want to.
The thing starts and Seth's already gone out of his thing, just smashing stuff in the back.
I thought you left to drive to Connecticut to
Hawk smash, Hawk smash. I got a new mustache, Hawk smash.
Dude, I will rub this up all over.
So Kyle Rittenhouse, he's totally getting off, right? I mean, shit.
Dude,
did you see that today?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know about the crying. I don't know the crying.
I watched it. Yeah,
the crying. The crying was a little much for me. I feel like he was putting on. I think he was putting on.
He's also 17.
My daughter just said you have a fucking porn stash. My daughter.
Well, she shouldn't say that. But okay.
Did you see?
Dude, if you're watching porn that old,
she's 19. Well, she's 19, so.
If you think that there's money to be made in window cleaning, this is why Seth has an OnlyFans account. Yeah. It's because there's no money in window cleaning. That's how he's got that $3 million house.
Yeah, if you guys, all you guys gotta do is get on Pornhub and search brown chicken, brown cow, and that'll be Seth. Yes.
By the way, did you see the judge yelling at the prosecutor today?
Yeah, I love it.
Dude,
he was losing his cool. He was losing it. It was
they totally made his case for him. I mean, they don't even have to argue anything. That fucking dude that he blew it, he vaporized his bicep. That guy completely fucking sold the fucking whole case for him. They don't have to do nothing. You know what I mean? It was clearly what he said proves that
he didn't point the gun at me until I pointed the gun at him.
Yeah, done.
That and someone trying to like dox the entire jury. Did you see that?
Yeah, dude.
Like someone started filming the jury to try to dox them.
Right.
Like
there's no sense of justice anymore in America. And if this kid doesn't get if he gets charged for this the way they want to be charging him, oh boy.
He'll get something just
there's
so that
going
they can't,
to be
like,
civil
let him off,
no matter what, there's
like,
going to be civil unrest.
No,
it'll be like a weapons charge or like crossing state lines with an unlicensed something ludicrous.
My buddy told me, he said it's not going to be like it was the last time because the people that are dead are white and you know what I mean? And the dude that shot him is white, so it's not going to be that big of an issue. Because the narrative right now is everything's racism, and this can't be racist. You know what I mean? It can't be. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's black people's fault. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the media and white fucking liberals can't make this a race issue. They can't. So it's not going to be. You know what I mean? He's like, it's not going to turn into that because they can't make this a race issue.
There's a stop in the woke culture also that's happening with this. If he gets off with this, all of a sudden then people go, oh, I can't be an asshole in the street and, burn cars and do even subliminally. It's like when you go to a state and make concealed carry completely illegal, everybody you're about to rob could have a gun. Maybe you think twice.
Yeah.
It's kind of that same concept. Yeah. So I mean,
I think they got to
want anybody to die.
Yeah, but never.
No, that kid's got to live with that for the rest of his life. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying his tears were fake, but it just seemed a little. I mean, it was a little too much mush face for me. Too much foam face for me.
What's he? 18 now?
Yeah.
On
he's a young kid, 18 or 19.
He's just a kid.
You know what I mean? Like
he's just a kid.
That's got to be hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just a kid.
Family, people like.
There's a value to life.
Yes.
Yeah, people
unless
don't understand.
Unless like Jared said, unless you're a pedophile, then there's not.
Oh yeah.
Then there's not. If you're a pedophile, the dude that was the pedophile that he shot and killed, that dude they should have shot him, killed him, pulled the bullets out, zapped him back to life, and shot him again. But that's just
dude. I'm just gonna go out on a limb right here and say, I got more respect for that kid than most people that I come across or know for a long time, and he's a fucking badass. To pull off what he did, they were swinging skateboards at him, chasing him with weapons.
There was so much restriction. He was on that. When you talk about actual concealed carry or protecting yourself, he was really, really on board. Even though he was young, he was on board with like, okay, know what's there, only fire when it's absolutely necessary. Like, terrible things happened. It was an awful place. But when people say he shouldn't have brought a gun, he went there with a gun. Understand that that's not whatever is there. That's the Second Amendment. You can have a gun.
Dude, if he didn't go there with a gun, he probably wouldn't be alive. Right now.
And not only that, I mean, and just not for nothing, but he went to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and the Great Lakes Police Department issued him a fucking bulletproof vest, so they seem to be okay with what he was doing.
Yeah.
By the way, that's where I'm from. Like Kenosha is like where he shot those people was like a 6-minute drive from the property I still own there, like where my window cleaning company was. Yeah.
You think he's gonna get a statue like George Floyd?
Who, the pedophile? No. The pedophile?
Not Kenosha, but maybe like outside.
I'm gonna build one in my yard.
That'll be more down here, down south.
Dude, that kid is fucking autistic. Yeah, I heard he was on the spectrum, like he's got Asperger's or some shit. The one guy. And you're like incapable of telling a lie. If anyone knows anybody with Asperger's, they're just incapable of telling a lie.
Really?
They're just not good at it at all. They can't lie. They when they get asked a question, they just answer it like it's just like, hey man, how do you think I look? Well, I weigh you weigh 900 pounds now, but hey, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that the guy that got his bicep?
I think so.
Blown away?
I think so. I think that's who he's talking about.
Yeah. Did you see when they asked him? He said, That's my bicep going. I mean, what did he say? What did he say?
That's my bicep being vaporized, is what
Yeah.
he said.
Did you see the pictures they took of the prosecution after his thing? That one guy's like,
yeah. Oh yeah,
sitting
dude.
like
What
this
I
and
mean,
the
what
other
can
guy's-
you say? I mean, the guy got up there and made. He's like, listen, man. He essentially, without saying it's like it was self-defense. I pointed my gun at him and he shot me.
Here's the thing.
You know.
I listened to I think it was on Mark Levin today. To me personally, okay, this dude, if he showed, they played all the clips of CNN, MSNBC, all these he's a terrorist, he's a racist, all this other shit,
so
just
ridiculous.
like they did to Nick Sandman.
Yeah.
He needs to have a Nick Sandman payday.
Yeah.
Everything that happened, you can just take out of the equation for this. But if somebody like that last video comes up and is about to smash me and I shoot them and I go to jail for anything, that's the scariest part ever, because if that's not self-defense, whatever happened before that, I get could be bad, it could be that's what they're going through. But if somebody comes up and they're about to curb stomp you and you shoot them, that should instantly be like, wow, look at this video. It's clear as day. This guy's about to stomp you and you just protected yourself.
And it is clear as day, but they're going to try to
do whatever they can. They even brought up this TikTok handle being 4 doors means more whores. He's like, the prosecuting attorney's like, is your TikTok handle 4 doors means more whores? And he's like, yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
so what?
What is so fucking what, man? And
what is wrong with
Is your quote, oh, bro, I'm just out here trying to be famous? Yeah. Come on, man. I mean, seriously? Then they brought up video games. I mean, just like, you are fucking reaching, man.
They're reaching. They're reaching.
There was hundreds of people in the streets that had more than enough rounds and clearly more than enough trigger discipline to fuck up a whole shitload of people. And he didn't. Yeah. He only shot motherfuckers that were trying to get after him.
Yep.
Cosmic, if you haven't yet, go watch the judge thing today. He's saying he didn't see that, but yeah. It's the judge going nuts. They like excuse the jury, and he just went off.
Yeah, he just took a whole big ass shit, dude.
Dismiss the whole fucking thing. It might not even go to at this point.
Well, see, that's the thing, Jared. It's kind of shitty. Like, and I know there's a lot of left leaning media now that's. You can see they're backtracking on their statements, and you don't really see them talking about this a whole bunch. Because this should be like OJ, you know what I mean? Because of times, what happened, how big of a deal was made out of it, and there's not a lot of coverage going on because they're trying to distance themselves from it.
Because draw anything out of it.
They
can't sell They can't sell newspapers.
Yeah, because it's all bullshit. The narrative is bullshit. That's why they can't do that.
Exactly, but the fact that they threw the kid completely under the bus. Right after they did Nick Sandman, right? It's within 6 months. Okay, they didn't learn their fucking lesson,
bro.
That's part of the media's job. The
media.
That one side of it will always destroy on nothing based on anything.
Josh, the president of the United States, before there was even a fucking trial, said he was fucking guilty.
Yeah.
Before there was even a trial.
Yeah.
He was already, this should be quick and done quick and whatever. I think I shit myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before the kid even stood trial. It's like, to be quite honest with you, in my personal opinion, I don't even think there should even be a trial. The evidence that we're now seeing, like the FBI footage, if that would have been released to the public, this would have never went to fucking trial.
Yeah. No. There's too many pieces to this that, like, we've seen the end of it, but they're trying to get and you know what the whole thing is? It's not, was he underage? It's not, did he travel across? It's not any of that stuff. What it is just, was there intent to murder, or was there defense, self-defense? That's the only two things going back and forth. That's the only thing that's in question.
Cosmic Cam said, "Oh, that kid's got control. As soon as someone hits me with an Indy Hollow skateboard truck, I'm wedding the whole group."
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Because they're like, skateboard, skateboard's not a deadly weapon. Have you, what?
You got smacked in the face
with a fucking skateboard before, dude. You know, because
have you seen the movie Kids?
Hey, listen, I've been hit. I've actually been hit in the back with a fucking skateboard, and it hurts.
It's a weapon like anything else.
Yeah.
If you have anything like that over your head swinging, it's gonna do.
Yo, we were at
intent to harm.
We were at a skate park on our BMX bikes, and these skater punks did not like us down there, so they fucking, was kicking our ass with skateboards. I got hit in the back with a fucking skateboard. I'm like, God damn! I had a fucking nasty bruise on my spine forever, man. That shit hurt.
You take a truck to the Nugget, though.
Yeah.
Dude, you can kill somebody with that, just like anything else. Just like a fucking axe handle. You can kill somebody with a skateboard just like you can an axe handle.
In the definitions of fearing for life, safety, liberty, all that fun stuff, there is a gray area. That's the kind of hard part, is because if you fear for your life, then you can self-defend yourself. But what is it that you fear for your life? Right. So they're trying to create a narrative saying, did he actually fear for his life?
It's a very good
What's
point.
His definition for fearing for his life? That's really, really going on.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the dude that had the weapon drawn on him and brought it towards his direction,
that's self-defense.
That's 100% self-defense right there. Right. No doubt.
And the dude, and the pedophile that he fucking killed, that was self-defense too. I don't care what nobody fucking says. I mean, does it suck that he's dead? Yes, but you were fucking chasing them down and talking about fucking killing him. There's video of them saying, get him killed. There's video of that. So, I mean, and he's trying to run away from you. Yeah, he's trying to run away from you, and you chase him down. He spins around.
Running to the cops.
Yep,
he was running to the police.
He spins around and lights your ass up.
Super hard when the prosecution brought up, it's like, the worst you could say about him was that he committed arson that night. And he's like, the worst? Is that what we're going to do? Like, the judge fucking stopped him. It was like that isn't a major fucking
crime.
felony.
Yeah, dude. Like, arson could cause someone to die, you fucking idiot.
Dude, that Tony Stark looking motherfucker anyways.
If there was somebody in the building or on the building protecting the building, if Kyle was on top of the roof and they lit the building on fire, then he could be fearing for his life because of what's happening there. He's trying to stop that from happening.
Right.
I mean, and all these things, when you say that it could have been one way or the other, or that that's the worst he did, it would have completely litigated everything it would have made everything make sense, if the situation been different.
Right. I don't know. I just think right now in America, in our industry, and everyone's just America as a whole, we're just teetering on the edge. We're really teetering on the edge of collapse and total insanity.
Yep.
It's definitely jumped the fucking shark. You know what I mean? I know I blocked that dude earlier about the $9.99 Toledo gas, but what it was is someone at a BP station fucked up on typing the gas prices in, okay? And every fucking station around started jacking their prices up, and this went on for like 2 or 3 fucking hours, 4 hours. As I'm driving through and I'm driving back, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't stop in Toledo to get gas, but just that panic. You know what I'm saying? It just people. We are so close on the verge.
Yes.
It's just one little fucking thing, and it's just gonna send it. You know what I mean? I'm actually fearful for. Like, I mean, I don't ever do it, but I'm really worried about how Black Friday's going to go down. I'm really anxious to see what happens with Black Friday this year. I bet you there's going to be a lot of civil unrest during Black Friday because it is perfectly legal. I don't know if you guys see this or not, but it seems to be perfectly legal. There's motherfuckers loading up carts of shit and just walking out of stores not even paying for it.
In San Diego, because
they don't. Welcome to California.
Yeah. How is that? I mean, look at all the places they're just closing down.
Yeah.
Their CVS is pulling out of like certain cities. Just
why would they be there when you can fucking load a shopping cart and push it out and no one says a word? Take whatever the fuck you want. How's that a business?
There's certain areas too where the whole defund the police thing, not again to get the political side of it, but they've said, okay, well, we have such limited staff or such limited resources that now X amount of crimes to a certain level, we're not even going to do anything. You can file a report, but we can't do anything. So guess what?
I think theft? I'm going to tell you, Jersey, I really feel like that is really a policing issue. Like, the police are fucking fed the fuck up. They're fed the fuck up. You don't need us. Everything we do is racist. Now you want to mandate us to get a fucking shot to do our fucking
they're
job.
They're fighting against the government.
Yeah,
dude, let me
done.
think
about it.
Yeah,
they're
done.
changing laws that make no sense.
In what world is it okay for cashless bail, okay, and people such as Kamala are funding a bunch of money to get people out of jail that are looting, rioting, pilfering, killing people, burning fucking shit down, so that they can be out in the morning? How is this making any sense?
Which is funny for her, because she's kept so many black people in jail to fund California's institutional jail time. That's kind of fucking funny for her, because she's the absolute worst.
She has the very worst fucking record when it comes to keeping people in jail that do not fucking need to be there. She is the absolute fucking, has the worst record for it. The bitch is a total piece of shit. Total fucking piece of shit. What does your hat say, Mark?
DeSantis 2022.
Wings Plus.
Yeah. They were handing them out at a restaurant here, so I was like, because he went to visit and he dropped off hats, so I'm like,
so is there? Do you think there's a chance? Do you think there's a chance he won't win?
No, he's gonna sweep our state like a motherfucker, dude. Especially now that we're the lowest in the country.
Yeah, but what about all these fucking New Yorkers and Californians moving to Florida?
No, because dude, as a matter of fact, Florida was pretty well split red. It was kind of purple between the red and blue. They just told us the other day, especially with all the new people coming in here, like 700 homes a day are selling in Florida. We are now a Republican state. We're a red state. People are fucking done. You got to understand, we have a large Latin population, a lot of Cubans. They're all Republicans.
Yeah, that's because Cubans know what fucking socialism is. They know what fucking they know what it's like to live under a fucking dictator. They didn't come here for that shit.
We just had our first murder from one of these fuckers that walked across the border that got dropped off in Jacksonville, Florida on a midnight fucking plane, came out and killed someone. He lied. He said he was fucking 15 or 16, so they fucking stuck him on a jet, threw him from Texas to here. He got off the fucking plane and murdered someone. And just like DeSantis said, if he wasn't here, that person would be alive. There's a fucking problem here.
Right. Yep. 34% fucking approval rating for Biden. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. How did this man fucking garner the most votes in fucking history? It's total bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Total bullshit.
I got ballots right here.
The greatest thing that ever happened in the United States, this is not even like now, but like anytime you say something that could be construed as like conspiracy theory, you're instantly put into this category of being an idiot, like crazy, right? Like, Bigfoot exists. That's a conspiracy. 9/11 was an insight. That's a conspiracy. And then everybody can get on board with you being an idiot so that they don't actually have to look at it. Yeah. For Biden to win, I mean, there was a lot of hate votes. I get that. Like people that were just fed up or they got put something in their head about Trump.
Right.
There's no way that many people wanted to vote for somebody who is this delirious and absolutely.
Dude, they are uncovering shit every fucking
this
day
guy
in every.
He ran on nothing. He ran on nothing.
On someone showing if only mailed-in votes counted, and it was like Biden by 300 points. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's what I don't understand. If there's all this evidence to the contrary, how is there nothing being done about this? What are they waiting for? Is it going to take over a year for them to present any kind of evidence that there may have been some issues with the way the votes were counted?
The problem is that Supreme Court needs to fucking take the case.
Oh, okay.
And they're trying to stay neutral.
There's it doesn't matter about the facts anymore. It's just everything that's in gas prices are going to go up because of this.
Right.
And they go,
I don't subscribe to we're going to fix this and do better next time. Fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't subscribe to we're going to make it better so this doesn't happen again. Fuck you, Jersey. Where's my down? I don't subscribe to let's make this better.
I declare.
Look, here's the one thing. Here's the one thing that I think we'll all agree on. If it gets to a point they are starting to lock some people up, that sheriff is going off and locking people up. These fucking pussies that did this, okay, all the fake votes and everything, trust me when I tell you, those are the type of people that once they start to lock them up, will sing like fucking canaries.
Oh yeah,
and turn everybody over.
All it's gonna take is a few people in that chain to fucking fall down, and it's gonna crumble like a house. Yep, you're right about that. What were you gonna say, Jersey?
Yep. No, I was just saying. Look at the, what is it, 80 million votes, something like that.
I think so. Yes.
How were people, for somebody who's in politics for 46 years and done literally nothing. You have to at least, even if you hate somebody, have to like run on something. There was nothing. Well, like, just putting the facts out.
The simple fact of he got 80-something million votes and Trump got 70-something million votes. We don't have that many registered voters in the country. That's a fact. Right. That's a fucking fact right there. That's
this is what happened is he ran on Trump derangement syndrome. And now that's what that party is kind of fucking geared itself towards, to try to win elections. And look what happened to Virginia. People are like,
they still talk about Trump.
The Virginia governor...
still putting billboards about Trump up.
The Virginia governor was fucking campaigning like he was running against Donald Trump.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He brought in Obama. He brought in everybody.
Yeah.
And
he still got ate up. Hey, listen, a truck driver. Hey,
let's go, Brandon.
He used the famous last words, dude. He said, "Parents shouldn't be able to decide what schools teach." Yeah. That's like when Mitt Romney said "Bye bye Big Bird."
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone remembers that. Like when are you going to cancel PBS?
Yeah.
And he said "Bye bye Big Bird." That's why fucking Mitt Romney lost.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't say.
Can you tell me? So
that guy crossed the fucking line.
Who's the truck driver guy from New Jersey? Can you believe that? A truck driver. The dude drives semi.
He spent like $200. What does that say about that loser that was in for 20 fucking years?
Fuck, dude. It's just.
It says people are sick of this
that's
shit,
a barometer.
Well,
if this past election is not a barometer for 2022. I don't know what is. I think you're going to see something.
According to Kamala, it is, because she was out there saying before that this is going to show what's going to happen in 2022. Now she forgot she said that.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got fucking slaughtered. This was a beating.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the deterioration of Biden already in the first 11 months, Kamala's going to finish us off at some point.
That's what
she's going to be the one that's rerunning.
And that's what I was saying before. That's what I was saying before. I honestly believe that the stage was set before Trump left office the last year, when Nancy Pelosi kept bringing up the 25th Amendment, which has to do with the declaring the president unfit to be the president anymore. I think they were laying the groundwork for that to happen. That what's going on right now, they picked this old white dude, they stuck his old white ass up there and paired him up with this I don't know, is she Indian, black lady, whatever the fuck she is.
Person of color.
This is what they wanted to happen. They knew this guy was on the verge. You know what I mean? They knew. I mean, and Nancy Pelosi, how that woman is still fucking the Speaker of House is absolutely fucking beyond me. She's just as bad as he is.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Like, Donald Trump is a fucking, like a big mouth fucking retard. You know what I mean? I get it. But he at least has his faculties. He can speak. These two motherfuckers are searching for words.
Did you see when Pelosi was walking down that hallway out in public and someone fucking ravaged her ass, called her a fucking bitch and everything? I love it. I love it. I've seen
that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Fucking hilarious.
I don't know, man. I think I really think that we are, like I said, we're on the verge of it's like a cultural, like an awakening. You know what I mean? Like an awakening, of human consciousness, where people are like, it's this shit has definitely, without question, jumped the shark. It has jumped the shark.
Look, I said this before. Go ahead.
I was saying everybody that is watching, listening, and everybody sitting here owns a small business.
Yeah.
All of this is the future of everything we do and how we provide for our families for potentially the rest of our lives.
Very good point. Yeah.
Paying attention is a good thing. And I'll say it again. I think Trump was the big disruptor. I don't think Trump was supposed to win. I think they cheated like a motherfucker in 2016. They didn't pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
All the
I think
bullshit,
so,
the
too.
dossier, all the money they spent to fucking discredit him, all the investigations, $30 fucking million. Okay,
If they
all
could
the
have,
fucking Russian bullshit. But wait a minute, we saw what this country can be for 4 years, and imagine what he would have got done if he would have just had a little more cooperation.
Yeah.
They
Or if they
fought
just
him on
took a step
everything he
back.
said. Did
Well,
yeah. They fought him on everything he said.
I think I agree with you on the cheating part, but I don't think they tried cheating in a voting way. They tried to use social media and news
Yeah.
headlines
they did.
against
They
him
did.
because if they could have pulled off what they did in 2020, they would have done it in 2016. Believe that.
I believe that
That
after
this
the first-
pandemic was a fucking direct result of that fucking election. I don't care what nobody says.
Yes, you're right.
That shit was what's his Fauci was fucking talking about. We're on the verge of another pandemic, and then boom, fucking 9 months later, there's fucking COVID cases in fucking China. Because we all watched Perry Tate talk about it, because that was in the height of Perry fucking Richie over. You know, and Perry was like, had to escape fucking China because, there's a disease going around, and there's those videos of them people being locked in their fucking homes. They all had that COVID. That shit was released. Nancy Pelosi's in fucking Chinatown and fucking New York in October, like, come to Chinatown, it's safe. And then look what happens in New York. Boom. COVID every fucking way.
No, it was sent here. I don't care what anybody said. It was sent here. It was to get rid of Trump. They succeeded. This plan went into operation probably a month after he took office. They started immediately. I'm just saying, this voting plan, the cheating, the fucking electronic. Oh yeah.
The only way they win an election is with those mail-in votes. That's the only way they could have won the election.
Yeah. Yeah.
If mail-in votes are so real, why can't you get a gun?
Right.
Mail-in
through the mail.
Mail-in a permit. You trust me? It'll be all right.
Go back to this podcast on this channel. The night of the election, we did a fucking whole special on it. Watch as we talk about the election. Look how far ahead Donald Trump was in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Michigan and Ohio, and then go back and look at the numbers. And you already know what happened in those states, but look at the margins in those fucking states while we were on air. It's absolutely fucking nuts. I've gone back a couple times just to look, and I'm like, man, I cannot believe that happened.
Yep.
It's
He
just
was
absolutely
winning by over 200,000 votes in Ohio and Pennsylvania.
And then they shut down.
Ohio. He still won Ohio.
No, yeah, but it was still like 200,000, 200.
Right.
It got.
Okay, let me ask you this. What presidential election in the history of this country has ever shut down and all the swing states stopped counting votes, and you woke up in the morning and 5 more million votes showed up magically?
Right.
That doesn't throw up a red flag that they shut down? Oh, they had a water leak.
Votes?
It was a fucking urinal was leaking. They didn't have to clear the building.
Right.
You know, and I think that was in Georgia.
Right.
Well, where do 5 million votes go to just sit? Is there a semi somewhere that they're like, we just
under
didn't
a
deliver
table?
them yet?
Yeah, they're under a table.
Throw 'em
Yeah,
in
they're
there.
under a table. That's common practice to store shit under the table. This ain't Thanksgiving, motherfucker.
I can
What's
tell
under
you
the
right
table?
now, I do not see a scenario where mail-in voting will ever be that prevalent again. I honestly think that there's going to be a large before this presidency is over. There's going to be a huge movement, and maybe even on the Supreme Court level, of voter reform, especially when it comes to mail-in ballots. Especially if everyone, all this evidence that people say that they're coming up with in all these states, it's going to get to a point where you can't deny it. Just like the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, you just can't deny it now.
Yeah, what do you got to say now?
Yeah,
what do you got to say?
I would love for that to happen, but I find that the people who would be changing it are the people who benefited from it, and they're not. It's like nobody in Congress is ever going to like go to vote to lower their income.
All of them have said in the past that mail-in voting is just set right for fraud.
Well, see,
electronic voting machines are for fraud.
Yeah. Well, see,
now they don't agree with that anymore.
It's going to get to the point where the policies of those in charge right now, those people that fucking cheated to win, the policies of those people, like Virginia showed, you parents shouldn't have anything to do with what we teach our kids. Yeah. It's going to shift so many people that it's going to be either it's like Mark said,
it's not going to be possible.
It's not going to be mathematically possible for them to pull it off. It's the fraud will be so obvious that people, it's going to lead to people, and everyone's got a fucking gun. You know what I mean? We all got guns. This isn't Australia. You know what I mean? You're only going to be able to pull that shit off for so long.
Mark my words, but in 20 years from now, it will be in textbooks about this and all the things Project Contra and everything else that's now getting declassified. And you're like, see those freaking people, they were right when they said that. They were all the nutso people.
Right.
It's going to be the same thing where it's going to come out and all of a sudden declassified stuff. You're going to find out that like so-and-so was being investigated the whole time and then they covered it up. Like that stuff's all going to come out eventually.
The one thing I do see recently that's positive is finally, because everybody wondered what happened, the Durham report, he's starting to fucking lock people up. And you know what? That needs to go all the way to Obama and Hillary because they knew all this was bullshit. The FBI knew it was fucking all lies. Okay. They need to be
I think the FBI needs to be dismantled from the top down and something replaced in its stead. Yep. I think something like the FBI needs to be there, but that is one of probably the most corrupt.
It's just the upper echelon of the FBI, not the rank and service.
Oh yeah,
guys.
Sure, yeah, I know. The
top, the top's got to go.
Yeah,
goodbye.
Yeah, you gotta from the top down has to be fucking completely dismantled.
Yes.
In order for any of that to work, police officers, cops, or FBI, any of that stuff has to be 100% like bipartisan, like 100% just understanding what is right, knowing what's right, and no matter what the outcome, they have to do stuff. It's when these people start hiding stuff and changing things because they want their own narrative, you've just corrupted the whole system. Right. You've polluted it.
Well, folks, it's been a great podcast. We want to thank Jersey for coming on. If you're not, go subscribe to American Window Cleaner Magazine, man. Get you some stickers, man. Get you some stickers. Man. One of these days, we're going to try to advertise our show in there. It's going to be sweet.
It's going to be sweet.
Maybe we'll get when we run our ad in American Window Cleaner Magazine. Maybe we'll get a Squeegee Life sticker on the sticker sheet that month.
Yeah, I think we need to do some Squeegee Life stickers.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I like that.
But
if I got a Burger King sticker this month, I should get a Squeegee Life sticker next month.
So tune in next week. We'll probably have Jay Camaro on. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yes, you're going to get to meet the 6-cylinder Camaro.
Right. Thanks for coming on, Jersey. As always, you're amazing guest, man. As always.
Can I say one thing for next week?
Sure.
Can you just promise me that there is no beer? Seth is not going to drink any beer, only hard alcohol.
If I do that, it's going to be a really bad podcast.
You see, Squeegee Life had 13,000 viewers.
Hey, the first time you see Seth sipping on mini fucking bottles of Fireball, you know it's gonna go down in the shitter quick.
The only episode of Squeegee Life to ever make it on hip hop or what is that, Hip Hop Star or whatever.
World Star.
World Star. There you go.
Jersey is so white. He said Hip Hop Star.
You know the televisions. What's the YouTube television show?
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Again, thank you, Jersey. Go subscribe to American Window Cleaner Magazine, and we'll see you guys again soon. Deuce.